Rejection is common in chiropractic. It's uncomfortable, but you need to get used to it.
We made 1 million in our second year in practice. We're trying to help as many chiropractors and future chiropractors do the same to help as many people as possible. I don't run any ads, so if you enjoy the content, please subscribe and share with your colleagues and future colleagues to get on the path to victory.
You have to understand how things are up here.
The author of Harry Potter, she got rejected 12 times before a publisher accepted her script. That is crazy. And look at the success that they have. I never watched a movie of them, but they're pretty successful for sure. We're talking about them right now. But getting rejected, it is common. It's super uncomfortable. For me, it took me a while to get used to it. I remember February 14, 2018. I was on the way to Emily's house before going to school, and I got coffee, I got a gift, and I got flowers, and I called her, hey, like, can you come down? I'm like 30 seconds away from your house. And she said no, and she hung up straightforward. I called her again, and she said, I told you no, I'm sleeping, and she hung up again. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. So later on, around lunchtime or on the evening, I gave her the things I was going to give her, and she felt like crap, obviously, after that. But, we were not a thing. I was just trying, right?
I remember the story a little bit different. But, yeah, you were super vulnerable, and you just said, hey, it doesn't matter what's going to happen. I'm going to go for it anyways. You shot your shot.
I got rejected, but I just kept going. Shoot all the time, right? So getting rejected is normal. I remember on care plans, let's switch this to chiropractic now. Care plans, a lot of doctors are out there and they're scared of presenting a care plan. Because what if I get rejected? What if they accept? So why are you scared of it? I remember the time I was driving one day after you gave birth. It was one of the weeks that you were still home. And I was driving, and I remember I said in my mind, F it. Honestly, like, if someone accepts, great. If they don't accept, great. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for them. And that's how I started looking at it, how it's supposed to. It's not about me. It's about them. I'm offering this because they need it. I don't need you. You need me to help you. And after that mentality switch, it was like I went like 5 out of 5 that day. It was crazy. So, and it's easy to say it. It's easy for me to tell you, hey, it's not about you. It's about the patient. So just present it. They need you. You don't need them. But I know you have bills to pay and you have things to do. But if you look at it that way, I promise you the universe is going to compensate that and it's going to reward you.
That's right. A lot of chiropractors or even students too are afraid to do screenings or, go to community events to network. And you have to let go of that fear of what if they don't like me? What if they don't accept me? Whatever. Getting in front of people and getting rejected is the best thing that can happen to you because it builds resilience, right? Okay, so this person says no, or they don't want to talk to me. Great. Talk to the next person. There's a line of 1,000 more people coming through this screening event that need what you have to say. And so if we get so focused on the what if, or what if I get rejected, or what if this person doesn't like what I have to say, who cares, right? You have to let go of that. We know a lot of doctors who personally don't want to talk to people, who don't want to put themselves out there. And recently, actually, we had one of our associates go and they went and talked to a business, and the business was like, you need to get out because you're soliciting. And he said, no, ma'am, I'm not soliciting. I'm just trying to introduce myself, whatever. She said, you need to leave right now or I'm going to call the authorities. And he came back and told us that story. And I was like, that's the best thing that could have ever happened to you. Because, okay, that's the worst thing, right? Is that the worst thing that could have happened? Yeah. Okay, let's say the police come. You're not doing anything wrong. But to get that rejection openly in your face is so, so good for you. And I know it sounds so counterintuitive, but it makes you more comfortable with the no's, because with every no, you have to know that there's a better yes coming your way.
Yes, and we watched a video actually of this Asian guy, and it's about getting rejected the whole day. And he went to this house, he knocked on the door, and the person said, what happened? And he had a soccer ball, and he said, can I play soccer in your backyard? And the dude said, yes, come over. And like, he started playing soccer on the backyard. He was thinking he was going to get rejected, and he even drove a police car. So it's about, getting comfortable by getting rejected. And for me, it was super hard because I'm super introvert. So in that process of opening the office and doing screenings and doing the marketing and even like presenting a care plan, it was super uncomfortable for me. But I got comfortable as the time got used to, and my mentality changed for sure.
Exactly. And I think a big fear with getting rejected is that like people take it really personally. Like, is it something I said? Is it something I did? Is it the way I looked? You have to remember, like, don't take it personally. If somebody doesn't accept a care plan, it may have nothing to do with what you said or what you did. It may just be something in their own lives that is why they said no. So try not to take things so personally if you get rejected. If you're a student, I really encourage you to get out there and talk to people and get rejected as much as possible, because it helps you grow. It gets you outside of your comfort zone, and it just stretches you to do better and find that yes. Refine your skills, right? If it is something you're saying, if it is the way you're communicating, if you get those no's, if you get those rejections, then it's something that you can work on.
Absolutely.
And you can improve your skills.
Even as a student, just go to the professor and say, hey, can you give me 5 points? And just stay serious and see, sometimes it might work, but if not, you're getting rejected. So it's part of it.
Yep. Ask those hard questions. What can I do for extra credit? Let's say the teacher's like, oh, I don't offer extra credit. Okay. That's the worst thing they could say, right? What's the worst that could happen? I think if you ask yourself that question, you will be a lot more comfortable with having those hard conversations, or, going and putting yourself out there in front of people. So good example of this too. I wanted to tell this story. There's a story of this apartment complex on fire. The whole building is on fire. It's entrenched in flames, and somebody goes in and they're like, I got to save these people. I got to get these people out of the apartment building. So they knock on the very first door on the first floor, and they're knocking. Hurry, the building's on fire. You have to get out. And they're knocking, and nobody's coming to the door. Does that person stay at that door? No, of course not, right? They've got 100 other units that they have to hit, right? So knock on the door, nobody answers, you go right to the next door. You're not going to spend all of your time trying to get this one person out to save this one person when there's hundreds of other people who need to be saved.
That's a good analogy. I love it. And, if you have any question, reach out to us about getting rejected. Something that we do with our offices of Victoryspinalcare, we go basically through a training on getting rejected. On rejection, because it was super uncomfortable for me. I imagine more people out there are suffering with, not suffering, but struggling with rejection. So we go over a training on how to get rejected. That way you feel comfortable with it. So if you have any question, just reach out, send us a DM, or you could text me.